Never know, never know.
I'm planning to remove. Oh wow, this is because basically I'm not gonna hide anything. I'm gonna basically talk about everything that's going on, and I think some people might not like me after this, but that's okay.
Hey, I just want to hear you talk because I wanna get to know you. So don't hold back.
Well, you'll get to know the bad things. You'll know why nobody wants to be my friend. Oh, how the fuck am I gonna do this? Oh, is this like what's the rating? Do I need to worry about any potential? Is this what's the media rating for this?
Media rating? What do you mean?
Like, am I allowed to say fuck, shit, and...
Yeah, totally. Yep, yeah, you can say that. And I'm on headphones, right? So my kid won't hear it.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I wanted to ask.
Yep.
I teach a lot of children, and obviously there's a time and place and an audience for everything.
Yep.
Right?
Yes, there is.
And that's the thing. I mean, people might think that. Okay, how about I just plug the mic in, and even though it's not quite where I want it to be, it's not the right placement, I can always move it when I want to.
Yeah, I mean, you can always do like the sound check or whatever. Not a big deal.
I don't think I want to put it here. God, I wish I had some help. But it's one of those things, you gotta be on your own now.
Yes, we do.
I've been on my own for a while. I know how it is.
Yeah.
That's why the man chooses me, because he knows he doesn't have to give anything to me, and I think he secretly knows that I'm financially independent. So you know, I've been paying more on the rent and the groceries now because I had more work than he did. And that goes to show you something. However, I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff. I don't even know. It's not even planned. It's just in my head.
Good.
Do you know what I mean?
That's perfect. That's exactly what I want.
And it's going to be like really fucked up. Like, whoa, what is she talking about? Right? And I'll be like, yeah, this is what's going on. Don't like me? Go fuck yourself.
Right.
Hope you love yourself. I mean, I didn't say that.
Well, loving yourself is good.
Exactly. More ways than one. Yeah. Let me grab this
what else do you need?
Thingy. Where did I put it? No, nobody can tell you that answer. You're on your own. Okay, here's my USB cable. Hell yeah. And it's got like a cylinder, or what do you... There's a word for that. It's a power boost thingy.
Power boost?
But anyway. It's got like one of the... I forgot what you call it. But anyway,
quantum,
I know these things.
Is it quantum? No, quantum... What? Not quantum power. What's that called?
What?
No, never mind. Phantom power, no?
This mic uses USB as a phantom power. Good thing I charged everything before I got on here. Hey, I'm smart, eh? So,
yep. And I want... Are you playing that like stream sound? Should I not? I know I signed that contract thing. That was less than 5 seconds.
No,
it's okay?
You're allowed to. I'm just asking how you're playing it from my SoundCloud.
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's fine. And I'm going to talk on here too, but...
Okay. Yeah, let me know when you're ready to go.
Okay, I think I might actually be ready. I'm just
really?
hitting the Zoom link right now.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, let me do a little countdown. Let me do a little countdown here. Make it all dramatic and stuff. Oh, wait.
But we don't know if this is going to work yet.
Whoa, I have another request. It says Mage's Biggie. Is that you?
That's my other device.
That's your other device. Oh, you're going to do 2 devices. Okay, all right. Oh, shoot. Okay, wow, this is very exciting. Let me add some, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. Here, let's stream some more stuff. can't hear you yet. Hello, hello. Check, 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 check. Try to mute the video.
I was trying to talk to you on the other device.
Okay, okay, got it.
And what the fuck? I don't want my video on. Who did this? I have to brush my teeth.
Okay, my bad. I might have asked you to start the video.
No, I think I should just abandon this. I honestly.
I think your teeth look
life is a fucking
fine,
mess. I honestly, I think all my dreams are over and the apocalypse has hit. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, you couldn't hear me talking to the other mic.
Can you try that again on the other mic?
Sure.
I turned your music off, so.
Can you fucking hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Now can you fuck?
Whoa, I heard you so well that I think it clipped something. Hold on. Can I hear you now? Can you hear me now? Okay, so I think I know what's going on. What's going on?
For whatever reason, the mic that I have is not going to. I don't think it's going to. Oh wait. Oh, there's like a setting I gotta put it on. Okay, so instrument, mic. Oh, I didn't put it all the way. Okay, let's do that again.
Okay, all right.
Hello, can you fucking hear me?
Yes.
It probably sounds nice and clear because it's a fucking good microphone. Now go suck it.
Oh, it's a very good microphone.
Good microphone.
Very good.
Should I turn it down?
Maybe just a tad, but it's up to you.
Maybe you gotta turn yourself up. Woo! Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Can I brush my teeth?
Yes, you can. I'll be
excuse
right
me, teacher. Can I go to the restroom?
Yes, you may. Just make sure you come back and wash your hands and for 20 seconds.
Oh, I do it for 120.
All right. Well, we'll still be here.
That's good. Oh, why is it? Oh yeah, because I can hear myself here too. So then, yeah, I can hear myself in my microphone too.
Okay, great.
I meant in my headphones. Okay, I'm gonna drink all this water. You could, yeah.
Let me play your music.
Oh yeah, I should probably drink this tea too.
Check.
Matcha. Cosmosis Vanilla Stardust. Woo! I have good taste, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. I also have some Island Vanilla perfumed hair and body mist. 100% vegan, cruelty-free. 6 fluid ounces. 177 milliliters for you metric folks. Thanks a lot. I have a fellow metric folk. I got the brand Pacifica, which is from Portland. Oh. And my sister lives around there.
Okay.
Let me just put on some Pacifica French lilac, intensely moisturizing body butter with shea and mango butters.
Mage. Would you mind turning on your video?
Oh.
If you're indeed ready.
Well, I'm almost ready. Okay. Let me just turn it on for just a second here.
Okay.
I wasn't sure. I'll try this video.
Oh yeah.
And I will fix it. I don't like that angle. And I can probably move this out of the way. Ow! My hair got stuck. I don't want to do this at all. Should we just end it now?
End it? Go home? Well, we are home, aren't we?
I don't know. I don't like my setup. I don't have good enough equipment for this.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we could, I see that we've got a lot of viewers watching already, so...
Really?
Yeah, we do. We have like 1 million right now.
Okay, how about, yeah, we could either
Why don't we...
start with like one of the songs, or we could just have an introduction.
Introduction would be great, I think. I don't know if you have the Facebook page open by any chance. But
Oh, I can do that.
yeah, in case you do, you don't have to. I could tell you what I'm doing, but I've just kind of been floating around making interesting images, and
Oh.
I went ahead. I hope you don't mind. I feel like you wouldn't mind because you're okay with me coding you. I just went ahead and started some like simple introductions about who we are or how I know you, I guess. You get the
Oh,
obvious out
good.
of the way, blah blah blah. So you know, good use of time, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Totally fine.
Oh, you know what's weird? I can hear your audio from the other one. That you meant to
Really?
do that, right? So I can see the video from. Uh,
Oh, you mean you're hearing me double on both Zoom
no,
and
no,
on
no, no, no.
Facebook?
The Mage music is the mic is off, and then the mic is on Mage's Biggie, and then I'm watching, and we're watching, I believe, Mage
Should I
music.
turn myself off here?
No. Can we get two angles of you? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shoot, I thought that. I mean,
Then if you
but
want me to do that, then
yeah.
I'll just grab my iPhone.
Okay.
Thank you very much, everyone, for your patience.
Indeed, indeed.
You got Ms. Nobody. Okay. I'm joining with no audio,
Okay.
and you let me in.
All right.
I have more devices, but let's just stick with... Okay. I
Yeah,
have an
yeah,
idea.
great.
Okay. This is so weird. 2020. 2020. Okay. Where should I put this? Do you have a specific angle that you'd like?
I mean, whatever.
Unless you want
That's pretty
my
good.
face or something, I can put it closer.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
But then that's a weird look.
Is that weird?
This might be better if I could do this.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, or on the or.
That's a good. That's a good angle. That's a good angle. Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna try something here because you wanted me to keep the Facebook page open, which I have on my MacBook, iPad Air.
You don't have to. No, no. It's just I was just trying to.
Oh, this is a bad angle.
Okay.
How about? Or if you want to see, oh, this might be good. But then that's a bad angle too. Then it looks like a stupid house. How about this? Then you can see my patch on my leg.
That's pretty good. Yeah, what does it say in there?
Sorry, guys.
What's that? I don't. Is that
Black metal band.
Okay.
I saw them at the Black Castle on Manchester Boulevard, and it's a pretty dangerous neighborhood, but I really like this music, so.
Oh, nice, nice. That's pretty
Yep.
cool.
Do I look fat?
You look just fine.
I forgot to. There we go. Perfect.
Hey, can I say my stupid intro?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not as stupid as me.
All right, check it out. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to 5walls. If you haven't left already, we are here. Here with us today is Mage, the artist and person known as Mage. You should definitely check her stuff out if you haven't already. I've had the privilege of knowing Mage for a couple of years, being in grad school and all that. We look a little different. She has long hair, I don't. I have a beard, she doesn't, I think, and all that cool stuff. We're both from Vancouver, British Columbia. So that's cool. And we both are musicians or are trained in music, I guess. What do you think, Mage? Should we play first or talk first? I think we're kind of talking already, right?
You think we should talk first?
Yeah. What do you think?
Okay.
Or do you think we should play first?
I'll let you take the call.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah.
I'll take the call. Why don't we talk a little bit? I mean, I feel like it might be necessary to address, actually. We're all being all comical and stuff, but I think you're okay with me sharing about, what happened this week, right? Or
Yes,
yeah.
that's something I'm definitely going to want to talk about.
Right, right. Why don't we start with that, kind of just get it out of the way? Not that you can't ever talk about it, but just, the form of 5walls is very loose, as I kind of mentioned. It's just my way of like hanging out with people, getting to know them, but then also like introducing people to people. So that's really all I want to do. It'll look good on my resume too, obviously, but it's really not the main kind of drive. I do, yeah, I kind of, I mean, yeah, I think with 5walls, I think I want to make space for people to be heard, and I love talking, but I realize that I also like listening too and hearing other people talk. So this is as much of a listening show as it is a talk show. There are no ground rules. I think I said, initially I said we're gonna go till we drop, but I really had a crappy night last night, and I don't know how long I can last. But at the same time, you let me know too if you feel like you've had enough and you want to just kill it or whatever. So yeah, any questions before we kind of officially start? Not that we haven't started already. Okay, cool. So I guess, yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about like what happened this week? I guess I don't really have a graceful way of introducing that, but I feel like it should be addressed. Yeah.
Oh, yes, definitely. I was just reading the comments because your audio is a lot lower than mine.
Oh,
Did
is
you
it?
need to fix it?
Okay, let me boost it up, boost it up, boost it up. Is that better? What do you think?
Okay, let me just check
That
on
better?
other things here.
Anybody commenting?
Okay.
Okay,
All
maybe
right,
I
so it
should
looks
hold
like...
my light. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
All right, I just want to check because that's the way you check the sound because sometimes you can't hear it if you're in your own
Right.
space
Yes,
because you're
yes.
hearing the
Yes,
ambience of
yes.
the actual space, not the
True, true,
virtual
true.
broadcast of it.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, so
I think,
basically, um, I I experienced a loss of someone who was very inspiring to me. Not only was she my brightest student that practices a lot more than my other students, but she was also, you know, she was a kind genius, and her name was Susie.
wow.
And I'm very proud to have known her and to have had her as my student. Someone who's just as interested in the sciences and the arts as me, and she really made a deep, positive impact to me. And
I see.
I feel really lucky for knowing her.
Wow. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. I'm so sorry for your loss. It's, yeah, it just, the way you told it to me just now, or like, yeah, it was so sudden. I mean, death is always sudden, but in this case, it was just not, yeah, it was not cool. Um, yeah, I mean, how are you doing? And, and all that. And you told me a little bit when we were setting up, but like,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, I've been trying to remember, the good things, but grief has its stages, and it's definitely gripped me.
Yes. Yes. So sorry.
Yeah, but I think it's important because what's very ironic
Yeah.
is I was planning to discuss some of my views on death and life and goals and achievements, and here I am, meeting somebody who truly achieved her dreams in such a short amount of time and leaving me so suddenly. And all the while, I was beating myself up over of not having achieved my own. And there I was, you know, in touch with someone who stood for what I should have fought for. Excuse me. I'll switch to my other microphone. I'm just gonna go get a drink, okay?
Yeah, sure. Please, yeah, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You can hear me now, right?
I can, yes.
That's awesome. And now I don't hear myself twice. So, which microphone was better, the other one or this one?
I think they were both equally good. This one has less noise.
How about I use this one then? Don't you think it'll be more appropriate for this, and then we could switch to the other one for singing and stuff?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. That might be good.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway,
Check.
and here's me. How's the balance, everybody?
I think it's better. Said that I was still a little soft, but I think I had you cranked there, so.
Oh, okay. You just gotta
yeah,
kind of mix it a little bit.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
I think it should be better now. Man, I didn't mean to. I was hoping to get that out of the way, so to speak, but I don't know. Might have been a
Yeah, no,
crummy way
that's
to
fine.
start. Yeah. So,
You know,
Mage,
like I
everybody.
said,
Yeah.
There's different stages, and that was just
Right,
this
right.
week.
Yes.
So I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that what I wanted to say, and I hope it's okay if I continue talking, because I
Please.
like to make the most of
Please.
dead air.
Please.
Because I used to work in a call center, and so
Oh, you did.
I can actually teach a student how to play a musical instrument over the phone without video. I've
Is
done
that
it
right?
many times, because
Is
not
that
everybody has access to good internet.
Guitar
So-
or piano or anything, or just
Oh yeah, I teach guitar, piano. Oh, that one I did piano, and I did one with voice like that. Voice is a lot easier to do like that, because that's how some people do their lessons. They were driving in their car on the LA freeways, and they're calling me because they want help where they're singing while they're driving, because they're really busy professional artists. And hey, if that's what they want to do, then that's what they want to do. But
sure. Right.
yeah, where was I going there? What were we
Teaching
what,
over
where,
the
where were we?
phone, sound balance.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
mean, you're a tech person too. But, you know, you're not only a mad metal, but you used to work for Apple. You said, right? And I mean,
let me just kind of correct that.
no. Uh-oh.
I used to work contracted for this company that did tech support for Microsoft, and I used to
Okay.
work for the equivalent of what's called Spectrum here in the U.S., but it was like that version in Canada.
Okay.
And so I've learned how to really talk to people and communicate with them over technology, and I think that's something that's really lent quite well to my current, I guess, teaching persona. I hate that word sometimes, but
Right.
that's like kind of it made it easy. I mean, and later on I'm going to play this video. So guys, just one word, not two words, one word: pizza shit. Repeat after me: pizza shit. so
Pizza.
that you know what to look out for if you can't stay for the whole thing and want to watch it later or something. But yeah, I used to
Sync.
do pizza orders on the
Okay.
phone from home
All
when I
right.
was at CalArts because I couldn't qualify for U.S. Jobs
Hmm.
because, of course, I like to follow the laws of the country. I mean, especially if I'm interested in that country, which of course I am here. I mean, I've got
Yeah,
my
yeah,
home studio. My business is based here, and I also teach at the local community college of where I live too. So,
yeah.
um, I think the most important thing about communicating with people over technology is to show your humanity,
Hmm.
and I think that's what people will actually prefer to see rather than how much money you have to buy a MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Although that is definitely on the agenda for my wish list. But yeah,
Huh. Yeah, I mean, how you mentioned teaching music, like how long have you been teaching that, or how long have you been playing music, all that, blah blah blah. Like, can we
oh
talk a
gosh,
little
I've
bit
been
about that
teaching
or
music for over 10 years,
mm-hmm.
and I've been playing music since I was really, really little. I just finished talking to another, I don't know why I'm saying this in public, but to another music teacher who's got his doctorate, because that's one of my goals that I have is to apply for that. But basically, we were talking about things like perfect pitch, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's something I've had my whole life, but I hate calling myself perfect, so let's call it absolute pitch. But I've always been sensitive to sound
Hmm.
since I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've always been kind of picky about it. And I noticed I also like sounds that other people didn't like. And even though I have the same level of knowledge as music as they do, trained classically or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
pardon me, I basically, how do I say this? I thought everybody could hear the way I heard, but realized later on that they couldn't. And I don't know. I think that I took piano. My mom showed me how to play the piano when I was really little,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then I'll just tell you my little memory about
Please, yeah, yeah.
my first, yeah, my first encounter with absolute pitch or perfect pitch for those of you who know it like that. So I basically was, how do we say this? Oh, I was learning how to play a piano, and then my mom would buy me these dollar pianos. You know what I'm talking about? Like
Dollar
they'd be
piano?
these dollar pianos that were from the dollar store.
Like that would actually
And
play
they're
a
not
sound?
polyphonic.
Oh,
They're only
okay.
monophonic.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, those. And
Sure.
basically, when the batteries went down, I noticed that the pitch went down. I'm like, Mom, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good. And my mom's like, now, it still plays. I'm like, no, but it doesn't sound the same. And so that was my first encounter with it.
Oh,
I
wow.
noticed that when tapes got old,
Uh-huh.
yes, tapes, because my dad had tapes,
Mm,
and he had records, and my
right.
mom had 8 tracks. Like, what the fuck? Where's that? But anyway,
Was your mom a
I
musician
noticed
too?
that
I mean, you also said your dad is a musician. Yeah, is your mom
my
as well?
dad's rocking Donnie,
Yeah.
and yeah, he's based out in Port Alberni, or I can say Nanaimo. I don't know what city he's putting there, but
Oh, yeah.
who I don't know. But yeah, in Vancouver Island, that's where
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
doing
I'm
their
sorry, I
stuff.
cut you off. Please continue with your story. Yeah, that's a
No, you go on.
no, 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 go, go, go. So what
Yeah,
happened? What
yeah.
happened?
Oh, well, anyway, yeah, and so I told you my mom taught me how to play piano. My dad is rockin' Donnie, and my dad got me, okay, first of all, my parents saw that I was obviously into music, and they're all into music too. Like my mom's from the Philippines, everybody,
Oh,
all of her like sisters, brothers, and grandparents, and then the kids, so everybody, they all like took music lessons, and you always have to take piano for some reason. But it's like that. It was like that when I was growing up in Canada too. Everybody took piano, or you would if you wanted to. Some people would take it because they believed it was a more educational, or they take it to keep their kids busy. The internet wasn't as lively as it
right,
is
right.
now.
This was like the
There wasn't any.
90s or like not to try to date you or anything, but
I remember the 90s. Yep.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm thinking, I mean, I grew up in Vancouver and we moved, and I was 7. I was born in Hong Kong, and
Ah.
the 97 takeover, what everybody was scared of before SARS, before China, before all that.
Oh, what? I don't even know what that is.
So Hong Kong is it was a British colony for 100 years.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah.
And then 1997, or from 1897, I guess, to 1997, it was, we're British property pretty much. But it was a good thing because we were like kind of like, we were kind of snobby about the fact that we were Western, more Western than the other kind of Asian or Chinese countries or whatever. And so, also we were, very democratic kind of money-making city, country, whatever. And so when 97 came, like all the people escaped. They're like, they wanted to run away from China because China's going to take over back. And so we left in 92. And I remember being in grade two, yeah, when we left. And I remember I was the only Asian kid there. And then like by the time I was grade four, yeah, I think it was around that time, like just influx of, Asians, Chinese, Philippines, everybody. And it was like 80% Asian,
Wow.
very vivid, memory. I went to South Slope Elementary School in Burnaby, British Columbia.
I think I know where
You know
that
where that
is.
is? Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that near Royal Oaks SkyTrain?
Yes.
I used to live right by
Yeah?
the fucking SkyTrain.
No way.
I
Okay.
kid you not.
Oh, wow.
I lived in the
It's right by
best
Burnaby.
house
Oh, you did.
ever.
Really? Right by the station. Wow. Oh,
Yes.
so right
Like,
by Burnaby South then, yeah?
yeah, well, I
Okay,
lived
okay.
there. Like, that was the last house I lived in Canada before I moved to the US.
Oh,
And
wow. Okay.
it was the best house ever. The
Wow.
landlord and his family were great. Yeah, actually, his wife was from the Philippines. He was from Germany. So,
Okay.
it was funny. I was like leaving, and well, they had arrived from other countries. Now
Oh,
I'm
man.
leaving.
Oh, wow. Huh. So have you lived in Vancouver your whole life, or Vancouver, like,
Actually,
no? Or...
here's one thing you don't know.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
originally from this no-name town. Well, it's actually a city, and it's called Port Alberni.
I have heard
Okay?
of it. I mean, I hear it on the weather channels.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
north of
Uh-huh.
Nanaimo, like to
Yep.
45 minutes, 30 minutes if you drive like my brother does.
Mm.
Okay,
Oh.
don't take it the car. Just kidding. But anyway,
We're streaming. Yeah.
sorry?
We're streaming. We're live streaming. So it's I won't. I won't tell. I won't tell.
Oh, ha, ha.
No. Good for it.
But anyway, yes, it was kind of funny because I was basically living in this small city called Port Alberni, and they had like a mom and pop shop music store. There was no actual. You had to leave and go to Nanaimo for the actual city.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how people go from, I don't know, Langley to Vancouver, but maybe even
Sure.
worse. I don't know.
Right,
Well, not
right.
worse, but like Port Alberni was a mill town, okay? And basically, a lot of the kids that were at my school, very interesting. You talked about the Asian immigration, because when I was in, this is really funny. When I grew up in Port Alberni, a lot of the kids in the schools did not know what the Philippines was.
Oh,
Isn't that nuts?
yeah.
And there were very, very few Asians there. So then
Right.
I would often get the question asked, "What are you? What are you?"
Right.
And it was like,
Yep. Yep.
I don't know. It was just the weirdest thing. But
Are you brown?
yeah, Port Alberni was weird. I lived
Yeah.
there for almost my entire life, and then I moved to Nanaimo to get my, bachelor's of music and jazz studies from Vancouver Island University.
Okay.
And then, after that, I'd done that. I was tired of small towns because I wanted to make music.
Yeah.
So I thought, big city, let's do it. And so I moved to Vancouver, and I transferred my job because I actually supported myself working. I've always been a workaholic my whole adult and late teens life. I put myself through university by working tech support. After I left university, by the way, it's the same school that Diana Krall went to, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
And after that, I went to Vancouver, and I worked in that. I transferred my job. I was quite lucky to transfer the job, but after a while, I realized I really just wanted to do music, and I just felt like, I didn't want to be stuck as a tech support monkey my whole life, and so I thought I was going to become a vet tech, so I moved to California, to the San Fernando Valley. I went to Pierce College. I was in the vet tech program, but then chemistry I found kind of difficult. Shame on me, because my sister's a nurse and my dad's, biology and chemist kind of person. He does that kind of stuff. And like, I found chemistry hard and I didn't want to study. I wanted to make music. I didn't want to do it. When you don't want to do something and you go with what you want to do.
Yes.
I think that's the thing you got to do. I mean, I wouldn't ever force anybody, for example, to take music lessons if they didn't want to do it, because you don't want to do it. Unless, of course, it's part of their school curriculum. Then too bad, so sad. But anyway, because I do teach in schools too. But
do you have kids like that? I mean, I know you have, like you said, you have like what, 60 students or something? That's like incredible.
Oh,
is that true?
What? I'm going to be showing a chart later on
You
after
are.
we do the interview. But basically, I actually currently I was holding like 60 students, 59 students at a time. But with COVID, obviously my business, I lost some of the students, and now I'm down to 35 active students. But I've had many students in my studio, but right now it's 35. I'll let you know that a lot of them are taking long lessons, like lessons that last an hour and an hour and a half. And the one other thing I do besides teach the students during the lessons is I do this ongoing support in between lessons, so that they can message me, send me video recordings of their playing. I assess it for them with my professional opinion, tell them how they can improve, yada, yada. Oh yeah, we were talking about like what happened, right? At Pierce College when I didn't. Sorry. I go off on tangents.
Please,
I might have.
Keep going. You're doing great. You're doing like way better than I could, and I don't expect.
I just like talking. You know what?
Yeah. I mean, I know. I mean, that's kind of why I have you on here, because I know you do.
Oh my God.
I mean, I just love.
I like that view of my crotch, don't you?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I mean,
actually, it's good because you know what's funny?
Yeah, okay.
For whatever reason, like. Why is it that chicks can't do this? When guys do this, it's cool.
Is
like
it?
a lot of metal
okay.
posters and front cover magazines, they do this. If I did this and I had my guitar, there's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, what I hear, I'll be a little better here. How's that?
No, great. while you're on that subject, and I have a good shot of that part of your body, can you talk about metal a little bit? I was hoping.
Absolutely.
Yeah, please. I mean, I was hoping to talk to you about three things. If I could have you talk about that, I'm gonna sleep a happy man. Mad, metal, and mage. I don't know which one to start with, but I guess we tapped into the metal part. So let's start with that. Can we do that?
Well, metal is
What
the
is
kind of
metal?
music that moved me when I was a child.
Yes.
When I was a kid, I told you I know the 90s, right? So I'm a fucking old hag. But when I was a kid, there was a lot of grunge going around. And the one thing I really liked about grunge was that the guitar was dirty. I liked that. So as a kid, I didn't know any better. All I knew was that the music sounded dirtier.
Yeah.
It was not so polished. I wanted something that could when you have pain, and it's all like to itch the pain, although it's not itchy. I don't know how to alleviate. I don't know.
Soothe.
I always felt when I was a kid, I felt abandoned. I felt misunderstood. I felt like people didn't like me, or they were racist or whatever, and so on. And make fun of you get the idea. I didn't feel so secure, right?
Yes.
Still don't actually, but
Right.
I had what did I do? I dealt with where was I going here again?
Metal security.
Yes, I didn't know anything better, so then I listened to like some grunge and stuff, but it got old after a while because it's very repetitive, and I wanted something more complex, not like complicated, like proggy all the way.
Yeah, Dream Theater, or like
It's like, come on, shut up for 1 second. Put like a whole rest in there for
yes,
once.
thank you for saying that. That's
or maybe you guys got to take a dose of 4 minutes and 33 seconds. But yeah, I really liked things that were that had some type of, I don't know, intellect or thought or creative intention behind it. And maybe I didn't know it back then, but now looking back, I've always really liked things that were not perfect. I was a perfectionist that liked the things that were fucked up. And so I listened to Master of Puppets from Metallica, and I listen to like. And by the way, if you want to stream some of this, but I don't think it's allowed. Is there any restriction, or can you
Yeah.
purchase licenses right now, or did you
I
buy
think I
anything?
could. I didn't buy anything. I have Zoom Pro. That's all I have.
I do
And
too, and I've got Apple Music, but
right.
I
But
always play the performance rights or royalties because I
yeah,
go by
yeah.
the book on everything.
Right.
As
You
I
made
already
me
said
sign
from
a
the beginning.
contract before we started.
Yep. Everybody who
Yeah,
works with
yeah.
me gets a contract
Right,
because I
right,
own a
right,
business
right.
called Mage Music.
Uh-huh.
It's based in Palmdale, California, up in the
Yes,
Antelope
yes.
Valley. I think it's like about 50 miles. How many miles is it from LA? Can somebody type it in the comments or something? Um, but yeah, it's
30.
basically it's 103 and higher during the summer, and it's like 28 in the winter. It's like the
Hmm.
extreme kind of desert part
There's a lot of
of
fires
SoCal.
too, right? That's the only thing I know about Palmdale.
You know about what?
There's a lot of fires in Palmdale, right? That's
Um,
no?
I don't know. Maybe there was before I moved here. I've only lived here for 2 years, so
Okay. Oh,
but I do know that SoCal, we know because we've lived here for a while
sure,
that
right.
there are fires that happen, and you gotta kind of be
I
careful
hate Earth.
because
Everyone in the neighborhood hates us. I'm Tyler, and I think you suck. How's school going for you two?
See if I could play a couple seconds. Hey, I only played 5 seconds. They can't sue me, right?
yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Everybody can go and listen. But yeah, I heard things like I heard Metallica, and I heard and at first it was a Black album because it was the 90s, right? So and also that Master of Puppets I think was the first one I heard, but I also heard stuff from the Black album too. And like I couldn't believe how heavy that was. I was like, wow, I'm sold. I was like you know all the bad shit that happened to me and all this inside of me. I was just like, good, let's just go with this, you know.
Yes,
And
yes.
I don't know. I've always liked that kind of music that's like has balls, even though I don't. Well, I always say that women have balls. We got ovaries, so I think you know it was a really good it was a good moment for me to actually listen to some heavy music that had some complexity, but some thought behind it, and
Yes.
that sound, the guitars in there, the
Yeah.
solos, and you know, the speed,
Yes.
everything. And then other music hit me, like Slayer. I was like, oh my God, look at this. I think it was like there were Seasons in the Abyss, a music video with the camels and the desert, and I'm just like, wow, this is like. Yeah, put a little bit of video on there just for a sec.
Yeah.
Or do you want me to do it?
I'll do it. You talk. You're doing great.
Okay.
Thank you. No,
Oh,
that's,
no worries. Yeah, we got
yeah,
different
yeah.
roles here. So
Mm.
yeah, put on Seasons of the Abyss, and I'll just keep talking.
Seasons
But
of the
anyway,
Abyss.
and I remembered that, you know, oh, it was just such an amazing sound, that epic intro, and even now I still love it. And I know a lot of metalheads will disagree and say, oh, Slayer does the same thing. Well, the same thing because it fucking works. I mean, you know, yeah, like just hear that. It's just it's that.
Sorry, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. I want to hear you keep talking. Maybe I'll turn it down so like you could talk over it. Or
Oh, I
something.
thought you were playing it, and you were gonna play it for a certain amount of
I don't know.
seconds.
Should I just only play it for 5 seconds? I don't know. I want to be like, I don't know if I want to get a suit or you know.
Look it up on the internet. Or
Oh,
do you want me to
okay.
look it up?
Sure. I
I
mean,
know the answer.
you know the answer. Do I know the answer?
I just know I usually pay for things like this.
Right. Are they on Spotify?
Like, I always
Can I
look at-
play that? Maybe I could play that. No, I can't. Can't do that. No. Well, we're not
don't know.
charging,
This is a
right?
good-
We're not. That's a good question.
That's a very, very good question.
Yeah. You seem to know everything,
Maybe-
but you don't know this.
You know what?
Huh.
I don't know everything. I just know where to find things.
Okay,
And that's the
okay.
secret to being a really good, like, being a good teacher, being a good person that helps is to understand that you don't know everything, but that you know where to look if you can't find the answer yet. Keyword, yet. So, you know, yeah. I'll go ahead and, how about do you want me to look
I
it up?
found it
Because I know-
actually. It says
Yeah.
we tell our clients not to use any audio, including music, during their Facebook Live audios that they did not create, obtain permission, or from the creator owner to use. While they claim that
That's why I
fair
made you sign
use,
something.
oh man, doctrine will protect them. Doctrine, oh, fair use doctrine. Okay, I thought I was talking about like. Okay.
Oh, fair use doctrine.
You know
Okay.
about that? Oh, you do know everything. Okay, we will remind them of the limited scope and protection this doctrine provides. There it is. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, yeah. I mean, I can show pictures. Can I? I can show pictures.
I think so.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're
it's
sharing your
talking
screen and
about
you're on the
audio.
internet, maybe
Yeah.
YouTube might be okay to show. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I've done that and I've had like Facebook
No problems?
chop my video. No, I mean, what they do is they like make your audio crappy. Like they just like.
Oh, no.
yeah,
I know what you're talking
you know
about.
what I
It's
mean? Yeah,
because
they make it
they
all-
you have to get permission because it's
Yeah,
licensed. Yeah.
Right.
But anyway,
But I mean,
people could probably hear what I'm talking about.
I
but
think so. I think
that's
so.
the thing. I wasn't sure if you had licenses for all the stuff because I usually what I like to do is I like to get the licenses for stuff so I know I'm allowed to play that song at that particular day at that
Right,
time. And sometimes
right.
it costs money, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
You're much more
But
prepared
yeah.
than I am, I guess. But
Sorry?
no,
I actually don't know as much about that because to tell you the truth,
Mhm.
a lot of my current work has been, teaching. However, I've sold recordings and videos to people, but they were my own work.
Can I play your
or
work?
they gave me their work
Can
and
I
I
play
would
your
record
work?
for them.
Can I play your work?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I'm going to play this for everybody here. This is called Sensation of Death Rate Acceleration. Do you want to say anything before I play it or like
Sensation of death rate acceleration. Can I try playing it from my end and see if it's clearer?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, please do.
Okay. Give me just a second.
Oh,
I just have this feeling
Yeah.
that my broadcast is going to be
Yours is
clearer. So please
Okay.
bear with us for a moment.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun,
Alright.
dun. Oops, that's copywritten music. Just kidding.
You're funny.
All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my screen.
Okay.
3, 2, and 1. Okay.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to play it.
Ooh.
Is that better?
That's great. Yeah, let's have that.
supposed to clap after a metal heavy metal. So, yeah.
So positively.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
It's on your
that's
end,
me.
it's on your end.
I thought you were playing it.
No. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, because
Okay,
you know
cool,
how
cool.
you started playing it?
Yeah.
And then I said,
yeah.
wait a minute, I should play. I think it'll sound better. Did you agree that it sounded better?
I mean, I couldn't tell. I mean, I don't have your metal ears.
Well,
it was good. It was good. It was very good. I mean, it was heavy, and it was metal, and
yeah. No, definitely.
yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about this, or I mean,
So this is a song that I wrote while I was
Mhm.
attending CalArts.
Okay.
And when I was at CalArts, I burnt myself out because I worked 7 jobs at the same time.
7.
I had to, 7, and I had to scrape
What
the
were
ground
jobs?
to get $1.20 to buy rice and beans.
Oh shoot! What were the 7 jobs? It's
Because one, I had to take these pizza jobs that paid me in Canadian dollars so that I wouldn't break the U.S. laws that only allowed 20 hours of work while you're in school.
Uh-huh.
And basically, they only allowed me to work jobs that were on campus that paid shit. I mean,
Right,
I was
right,
happy to
right.
have those jobs. I was a TA and
Sure.
I was a tutor. So, you know, being the teacher's assistant and the tutor, that's a pretty good job to have
Sure,
at CalArts, I'd
yes.
say. It means you're probably good at something,
Yeah,
such
yeah.
as teaching. Probably why that's what I ended up doing to support myself. But yeah,
Yes.
basically, sensation of death rate acceleration is about feeling that death is approaching, which we know it is, but it's
Sure.
approaching more rapidly and it's getting closer and closer, like
Acceleration.
putting your foot on the, sorry?
Oh, I just said acceleration. I shouldn't cut you off. Please keep going. Yeah, don't.
Oh, no, keep talking. I know
yeah.
there's sometimes a delay in between because of when you're on air, obviously, but yeah, it's about the acceleration. Think about putting your foot on the gas pedal and it goes faster and faster. It's kind of like that. And, I had this feeling, I just felt like my skin was peeling. It wasn't, but it felt that, like that. And it felt, even now I get that feeling. It just felt like I was getting closer and closer and that I was burning myself out. I remember driving my car and then suddenly feeling that feeling. And I'd be at CalArts sitting on the floor doing my homework with that feeling. And ever since then, it hasn't really been the same. I mean, there's been a few points in my life where some experience like that happened, but with the current pandemic, you can imagine that someone like me would end up being quite scared. I mean, it's scary for all of us, and it's definitely a very difficult time for us to be living in right now. And sensation of death rate acceleration, I think, is actually a pretty good song to play right now. It's not for glamorizing the events, but it's to communicate to what people are feeling and, about how they can, and if you feel tense like me, when I play a doom, death, black piece like sensation of death rate acceleration, there's no other feeling that can unleash that, all that sickening, that just, I had surgery when I was in CalArts too, and so did my cat. This is something that I think is important that you know.
Okay.
Both my cat, Mango, where is she? Mango? She's sleeping. Both my cat, Mango, I can put a picture on maybe, but Mango and I survived surgeries, actually, while I was at CalArts.
At the same time?
Not at the same time. I was first, or was she first? So much time has gone by since I've lived here now that I forgot, but it was not at the same time. I was in the summer. Oh no, she was first, and it was me after, because I remembered, I was like, my cat could do it, so can I. You know what I mean? So I think so. Anyway,
I see.
and basically what happened was she had to have this megacolon. She had megacolon, which means that you can't poop anymore because part of your colon stops working for whatever reason. They have to cut it off and sew your colon back together. I know it's literally what happened to her.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And so she had 3 surgeries to do a subtotal colectomy, which is the removal of part or almost all of the, or I guess I'm not a medical person, but some, my sister would know, some, my dad too, some of the colon, right? And so she still has most of it, or is gone actually, I think they said. I don't remember, but she has enough that she can live again. And there was this clinic called Kinder for Rescue, run by Laurel Kinder. I'm going to tell you guys, she's not nice, but she's kind. And that's why her name is Kinder or Kinder. I actually like calling it Kinder because she does not tolerate animal abuse and neglect, and she'll get in your face if you do. She's if you ask me, she kind of reminds me of she's tough. She doesn't put up with bullshit. So I give her props because she and her team, they saved my cat Mango, and I'll be grateful for them and for the donors at CalArts when I had to do the GoFundMe. So thank you, because I couldn't have afforded it, even though it was only $3,000. That was a lot of money. That was a reduced rate. If I went to an actual clinic, not a low-cost one, a normal clinic would be $6,000. So I did save some, although there were complications. That's why I ended up costing more. But myself, I had a hernia on my right above my belly button, and it was hurting while I was doing this teaching artist course in the summer at CalArts. And one of my friends, Don, was so helpful and supportive to me and helped me find the best surgeon to get this done quickly. So props to him as well. And to my doctor at the Simi Valley Hospital. What was the name again? Oh, gosh. Anyway, it's there. If I remember it, I'll let you know. But, it's kind of tricky when you graze death like that. You know what I mean? It's it's like you're rubbing shoulders with it. Once you have had surgery, you know that, and I've had surgeries in my mouth. I've had 3 surgeries in my mouth for my gums. I actually have cadaver tissue. I know it's a real thing. When your gum tissue is not strong enough, they get somebody else's, and I don't know. And it's gross. I know. But and yeah, it was just fat. What happened is when you have a hernia, your fat is supposed to be held together by the muscle, but if you're tiny like me and you have digestive issues, sometimes things can happen that are not normal. And what happened was the fat went through the muscle, and they had to shove it back in, and they took some of the fat just to check for cancer and all that. So it's pretty tough. I mean, once you've seen what's possible, it can be pretty scary. But sometimes when you're thinking about it, you can't really forget about it. So you might as well just think about it. I think that's why some of my music is rather honest, because I like to reflect on what's going on.
Yeah.
So that's sensation of death rate acceleration for you. I hope. I know metal's not everyone's cup of tea, but I hope you could appreciate the actual observations that I put into it. I mean. Check out the lyrics. They should be on metalmage.com. You could just go in the search box, type in sensation. Should be there.
Great. No, cool. That's I mean, I don't want to. Well, I do want to talk about death, because something you said, I think recently to me really. I'm trying to read it like word for word so I don't screw it up. But and I remember you said it was okay to share this, so it's on the Facebook event page. I wanted people to kind of get to know you and your career and what you're doing and whatnot. But then just kind of hearing from you, like one of the quotes read, I want people to know who I am because I keep thinking about death.
Well,
yeah, what do you mean by that? Or
I have a lot to say about that. I know you're trying to figure out the mad, the metal, and the mage, and we'll get there too.
We'll get there too.
Which all of this will pretty much. Yes. I'll tell you what that means then in a bit.
Please do.
Yeah. Well, what can I say? We're in the middle of a pandemic right now. I just lost someone who was incredibly inspiring to me and who achieved her dreams during her short life. And
you said she went to the Olympics and was an astronaut or something?
She was a rocket scientist that went outer space.
Yeah.
And she was accepted into the Olympics and declined it. So this is an amazing person. I'm telling you. I'm not joking.
Yes.
And she was kind. She rescued cats just like I did.
Yes.
Broken cats that got hit by a car, anything. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how rich and famous you are. It's about who you are as a person, and did you live the life you want? Did you achieve your dreams? Did you treat people the way you wanted them to be treated? And did you live by your values? And that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't think about, especially when you're young. It's very hard to think about that because you think, another day, I'll just waste my life away or whatever. And, I mean, I've been doing that. I mean, I pretty much know that a lot of people who are older than me would be looking at me, or the wise people anyway, because not everybody who's old is wise.
No,
just so
that's
you know.
true. I agree.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I put that out there because I often get disrespected for being a young business owner. But basically, if you live your life the way that you intended and you did all you could, then that's all you can. And if you don't do all you can, then what the fuck are you doing? And so, just seeing all these grips of life and death around me makes me realize that. And I do want to be sure that I can continue to pursue my original music. And my other goal is to teach quality students who want to learn how to be true artists, and not necessarily as a career, but I, of course, mentor those too, as well as academic. I mean, I'm a college teacher, so enough said, right? But I mean, people who appreciate art, like Susie did.
Yes.
She cared about the way that you how do I say this? She cared about like how you presented things and how you read it and whether it made sense, and that's so that she could do her own thing, and that's what you're supposed to do, not be some fucking robot that copies the same thing over and over again. I mean, you could do that too. That's another one.
Yes.
But I really liked creating, and I really like understanding the science behind things, and so that is why I have a passion in both computers and music. And and that's why, I mean, seeing a student who carried those same interests and passions as like as genuinely as she did, and both, and my dad's like that too. I don't know if it runs in the blood, but he's biology, chemistry, and he's also rockin' Donnie with his rockabilly, and I'm like the computer tech and the musician here, and it just goes to show you can do whatever the fuck you want. But if you're not doing it, then what the fuck is wrong with you? So I mean, okay, easier said than done. A lot of us, I'll be the first to be very open that a lot of us, we might like suffer from basically battles within ourselves, colloquially known in our Western medicine as mental illness or whatever. But like, I remember at CalArts, I'm like, I talked to a teacher. I'm like, you think I'm mentally ill? He's like, he looked at me. Nope, you're not mentally ill. Nope. And this guy doesn't lie, and he tell you when he thinks you're shit. I wore like my socks on, and I was showing, I rolled my socks up so you could see the pot leaves on it, right? Because I was that kind of CalArts person, but student. And then he's like, you're showing them off. I'm like, no, I'm not. He's like, yeah, show off. See? So I know that teacher wouldn't have lied. So yeah, I guess I don't have he ain't no doctor, but but you know what I mean? Like,
sure, right.
When you have like a fear of things, it could make things a lot more difficult to do. Yeah. Where were we?
Everywhere. Death. Fear
Definitely.
of death. Fear and death, fear of death, death of fear.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We have to. We have to like pursue our dreams, and a lot of my songs have that same theme in it, and I'll talk to you about them.
Please,
Sensation of Death Rate Acceleration is about the feeling of it, and that's the thing. One thing is that I've found that death metal and black metal often connect with how it really feels, and also it's that heavy feeling, and all of the darkness, and some people don't understand how I could be a part of that, but it is a part of the human condition, and so deal with it. But no, it's not everybody's cup of tea to reflect on it, and so some people they might, but yeah.
Black metal and death metal, is there a difference? Is death metal more focused
actually,
on death?
yes, there is.
How do you see that? Or
if you want me to like kind of
30-second
like
thing, and then we'll move on to another thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So death metal, I'll be really about the technical parts only, and then maybe a little bit of lyrics. Death metal is exactly that. It's mainly about death, right? And they're very precise in their playing, and the guitars, the drums are all it's often very metronomic, and very complex. The riffs are complex too, and you have to be precise. Your 32nd and 16th notes, your triplets have to be on the ball, right? I'm being a music nerd too. And then the black metal, right, is more ambient. Not all of it, but a lot of it has some ambience to it. It's more about the emotion. So then it's okay if if the production quality is not all the best. That's fine, as long as it's heavy too. And there's different. I could go on about it. You might want to watch there's a Canadian guy too from Vancouver Island, Sam Dunn. He makes these documentaries called Metal: A Headbanger's Journey, and also Global Metal, and then he does this other one called Metal Evolution, and one of them is on YouTube for free. It's one, I think it was one on, I can't remember, on Extreme Metal. He did a Metal Evolution on Extreme Metal. I suggest you watch his stuff, pay for it, buy it. It's really, really good. If you want to learn about metal, I make sure. There's other ones out there too. I know there's Until the Light Takes Us, whatnot. That movie that's out there though, it kind of gives you a little bit of a brief rundown on it, but that's kind of those biopics. Is that what you call them? They're often made to entertain, so I wouldn't take that as the complete truth or whatnot. I think you just have to actually listen to the music, if you ask me. Check it out. The way Sam Dunn presents it, I highly recommend.
Thank you for that. I've never, I know. I went to Berkeley, so I was, hanging out with a lot of prog people actually, and the kind that you don't like.
Where at?
Berkeley College of Music.
I didn't say I didn't like prog.
No, you didn't.
And Berkeley is home to guys like Dream Theater.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I actually, I did meet Mike Portnoy in Vancouver doing some signing, and he spoke to me. He's like, "You just need to practice." And he had this smug look on his face. I'm like, at first I thought, God, he's talking down to me, because I told him I was a musician and my little words I had with him. And you know what? Now looking back, the fucker was right. So Mike, if you're listening to this, you pretty much, that's all you have to say. Maybe that's what I'll say if somebody. That'll be a good answer.
Pass it on. Okay.
No, I it's not that I'm not saying I don't like prog. I'm just saying that.
I'm not trying to get you to say something you don't want to say.
No, I don't think you are. But what I was saying is that I was making fun of a certain kind of prog and a certain quality of it, and I make fun of all kinds of music, including my own, by the way. So nobody take it seriously. Come on, those cartoons like Simpsons and all that. Don't take it seriously. It's just humor, and some people, they just get their panties in a knot, and so that's part of why I feel like there's a lot of censorship for the things that I want to say, because I've always been completely honest, and a lot of people that are close to me in my life, or not close to me, but who think they're close to me, they're like, "Shut up! You're going to embarrass us, or you're going to embarrass yourself." I don't understand that. But mean, I do like some prog and whatnot. It's just that in the beginning, when I was talking about how I got into metal, I didn't get into it through prog. I got it into it first through heaviness, and I was referring to the complexity or the not completely complex, and my example was saying not completely as complex as progressive music, but enough to create interest or to show a method or intention behind it, a creative intention.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to say, and I made fun of prog music for that reason, but it
Creative
wasn't that I didn't like it. It's just that that's an example of something where it could potentially be all over the place. Not all prog, but you know what I'm saying, right? And yeah, obviously there's all kinds of bands that do some stuff. I mean, Ulrich from CalArts has described my music as progressive, so I guess I do a lot of that shit too. So.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, can we talked about death, we talked about a little bit of metal, and then we got nitty gritty for a second. Mad or Mage? What should we talk about?
Okay, well, let's go with Mad because that's the first corner. So with Mad, that would be my. Oh, by the way, Mad Metal Mage, that is a name I've had since I was a teenager.
Oh, okay.
I never thought of myself as big and strong. I thought of myself as more. I thought that maybe I had some type of not like power, but like I had to, instead of being physically strong, I had to try another way, basically.
Sure,
and so since I liked music and I liked arts and I liked painting, drawing. Well, I didn't get into painting till later on, drawing and stuff like that. And I haven't been doing any of that for a while, by the way. But I decided to go with a mage always whenever I played RPG games, and so and then I would call myself Mad Metal Mage when I went on like chat rooms and stuff like Guitar.com and other it goes to show and also like in like, oh my god, AOL AIM. I'm telling you guys, like, this is old shit. ICQ, MSN Messenger.
I remember that.
See, we know those kind of things, but ICQ. Like, not everybody does. Or when
217-21527. That was my ICQ number.
Sorry, what?
Oh, that's it. I just told everybody my ICQ number. I'm not saying it again. No.
Oh, yeah, well, anyway, what I was trying to say was that Mad in front of the Metal Mage, now that you know where the Mage came from, because we just talked about that.
I see.
The Mad, that's why I picked the Mage all the time, because I thought I have other powers. I'm not big and strong, but I got something else. Mad is basically, I'm crazy. You can already tell, right?
Yeah, you can.
And my music was mad. I like, you know, that kind of music, right? Sure, and then metal, I mean, we already talked about metal, so I think we covered it all.
Wow, that was snappy. that was great. That's great. Huh. How are we doing between you and I?
I think it's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
I would like to get a little more water because I've been sipping this a lot and I only got this much left. So how about we put one of my songs on, and then I could get like some water and then I'll do a performance or something.
That'd be great. I'd love that. Yeah, I think everyone would too.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and open up my SoundCloud here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to...
Do you want to screen share again with me, and then we can kind of let everybody see that and hear it?
I'm sorry?
Did you want to screen share with me again?
Yes, that's what I was planning to do. Okay. I just want to pull up what it is that I wanted to play first before I share it. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, I think I found a really good song that I'd like to share with you guys.
Oh, great.
And I think what I will do is I'll put on the SoundCloud thing on there too. Okay, here we go. How's that?
That's good. Good. Yeah.
All right. So now I'm going to scroll down, and I'm about to play this piece called Inner Wrath, and it's about like the world coming to an end, or people, because of stupid people doing stupid things and causing the world to go upside down. So it kind of this is old music, some of this, but it kind of goes
Sorry,
along with
can
what's
you mention
happening.
the title once again? What was that? Which one?
It's In a Wrath.
In a Wrath.
It's near the bottom. In a Wrath. Look at near the bottom.
Oh,
Here, I'll put it in the middle then. Fuck. It's at the very bottom. I'm sorry.
okay.
You'll have to move your little toolbar or something.
Yeah.
But there it is. It's In a Wrath. You see it?
Great. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Mhm.
And yeah, I already told you what it's about. And yeah, it was written before I moved to, I was in this band called Zeal, but it doesn't matter. I'll just play the song.
control and coming to my senses. Victims of our demise are fatal into all the release from all the misery and freedom from attention. Shades of red, cast sky, scarlet morphing into crimson. I adore the painted light while I run for my dear life. On the dead and sweet parade, damaging our only place. We cannot run on self-defense. I carve my very path with my talons in a wrap. In a world that doesn't give, in a soul that doesn't live. Upon a polluted soil, the fools travel and toil. For greed that fails to quench as they die in their own trench. I carve my very path with my talons in a wrap. In a world that doesn't give, in a soul that doesn't live. Upon a polluted soil, the fools travel and toil. For greed fails to quench as they die in their own trench.
Yep, let me just. Oh, I did make the same mistake. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries. No. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I,
So.
No, you go first. You got something to say. Go ahead.
Oh no, I don't actually.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you. Hey, do you have anything to say?
You just asked that.
I know. I was being funny, but I guess I wasn't that funny. But yeah. I mean, can you tell us a little bit about that song? Not that it, doesn't already kind of encapsulate. In a wrath, yeah, like whose wrath? I mean, I was kind of Googling stuff, I have a habit of doing that, like to kind of help me focus in different ways or whatever, but like just thinking of, yeah, like your wrath, world's God,
The world's
the
basically
devil's,
everybody's
yeah,
pretty much like
yeah. Hmm.
you know, I was thinking of kind of trying to get out of your own grave, because we're all gonna die again. Same thing. I'm obsessed with death, as you probably noticed.
Yeah. Just a little
But yeah, no, same thing. Like I said, I put it in a kind of mellow death type of song that has a little bit of thrash in it, but I don't know what you'd call that style, but it's got a lot of melody. So, basically, I was just thinking about how people, they do so many like careless things that cause many problems. And the world, I said I carved my very path with my talons in a wrath. Talons, nails, whatever. You could be like a bird, I guess. I mean, and then in a world that doesn't give, a soul that doesn't live, basically, because people don't give, they got no soul. That's what I'm saying there. Upon uprooted soil, well, we basically took down the land and fucked it up in the world, because I'm vegan. I think people who hang out with me by now know that I do not eat any or wear any animals, and I respect everybody's choices, so I don't try to tell anybody what to do, but I like to stand by my own values, and those are my own. I've been vegan since before it was trendy. So since I was about 13 years old, I think I was 10 or no, I can't remember. Yeah. Well, I was vegetarian for a couple years, and then I became vegan after reading about it. And also, I became vegetarian when my mom took me on a trip to the Philippines, and I witnessed this cruel treatment of animals there. I guess they don't have as many laws to protect them, although it can get pretty bad here in the factory farms.
Right,
And there's
right.
certain things that I'm really passionate about, and things that I'm really against. And one of them is the mistreatment of animals. And I think it's our responsibility as people who, you know, interact with animals to respect and to protect them, and that includes to protect them from harm. And so, unfortunately, I saw that, but at the same time, maybe it was a good turning point because I bet there's a lot of people that never seen that happen, and
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
if they saw it, that's why I actually do recommend watching those documentaries like Forks Over Knives. What's that other one that I saw that ABC, Antelope Valley College? That's where I teach at. There's a lot of people there in the environmental group. If you want to scope them out, and they'll probably tell you about what they would recommend watching. But I just make your own decisions. That's what I think. I mean, that's what I do. Is I try to educate myself and learn from experts and people I trust and respect, and I try to make the right decision. But just like most of us, I'm not perfect, and sometimes things don't go. But yeah, no. So I say that the soil is uprooted. I mean, you can check out the lyrics again on my website. Most of my songs have their lyrics there because I
Okay.
consider my songs covering some poetry of my own reflections of the world and what's happening, and also how I'm feeling about it too. And so, uh, yeah, so basically we're working hard and stuff, and then, um, you know, just it's one of those things. I think that I think that one thing you might want to consider is, oh, I forget what I was going to say, but anyway,
Going vegan?
yeah, I don't know why I talked about that, but I think it's because this song came up, and this song talks about people ruining the world, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
people mistreating animals is
yeah.
ruining the world. And there's a
Right.
lot of other musicians and artists that would stand up with me and say they agree with that too.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I just like I don't. I'm not too. I don't really like to force anybody to do anything, but I just like to raise awareness of things that are. I don't know. I guess it's the teacher in me.
Well, yeah, that's great. That's great. Um, I yeah, yeah. What? I don't know what to say. I'm starting to drop. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, my son is sleeping outside in the living room, and I think I gotta attend to him soon. But I have a picture of him sleeping. There's nothing to
Oh,
do
can
with
we
what
see
you
that?
said. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here, check it out.
Oh, look at
Have
him.
you ever met Emmanuel? Um, at CalArts? I don't know. I mean, we brought him to school like once or twice. It wasn't like every day or anything like that. Um,
I don't think I ever did
yeah,
because
yeah,
I
yeah.
would have remembered.
Right, right. You have an excellent memory. You seem to remember everything, and he does too. And he would just recall, yeah, yeah. Remember that time where you left me? No. But it's no, no. I keep thinking about my son because I have him in my background here. I don't know if you could tell, but
I see. Yeah, on the
yeah, yeah,
left.
yeah. I was telling
On your
Jane.
right, I meant.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, is this mirror view? This is I like how Zoom you could do like the mirror view
Can you
thing.
raise your right hand?
Right. Blah blah
Okay,
blah.
so then yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that I'm
That's a
seeing
legit one,
it
right?
correctly. He's on your right, you're
You're
behind you.
you're
Yeah.
seeing the real me and the fake him. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the real one's outside, yeah. Or
So a
not.
mirror image of a mirror image, and now it's correct? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. You're more correct than you may. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. But all that to say, yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say now. I was gonna drop the sun. Oh, I was talking to Jane, my wife today or yesterday, and she's like, yeah, like just knowing from like I told her about you and all that, and we're gonna get into it, and hear your music and all that and talk about it. And so I mean, she hasn't met you. I've talked about you to her, a couple times, and she saw like pictures of you with like all metal and your bright green guitar. And she's like, oh, maybe does she like screaming? Like maybe Emmanuel and her have something in common. And they're both very, seem like powerful people. I don't know if you're, yeah, I don't. That's not an attribute that you necessarily have to have, like you were saying. I would love for, yeah, Emmanuel to meet you someday. Uh, yeah, I think it would be really really interesting to kind of see. He really loves genuine people. Yeah, he really loves people who are honest, people who are engaged, people who are good listeners, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you talk a lot, but you're also a really good listener. I really appreciate that about you. And yeah, I feel like, and not only that, I know we talked about Mad, we talked about Metal, we talked about, Mage, and you're this power force of nature that's just like like I remember being in school, like we were just all a little scared of you a little bit, but you're when we start talking, I found out, we were from like the same, part of the country pretty much and all that, and all the things that we had in common, and you're like one of the sweetest people that, yeah, I got to know at school, and I don't know if people know that about you, and I thought, I don't know how much you want to like mess up your image or whatever, but I just kind of talking with you more and more, and about just how real you are. Yeah, I really really appreciate that. And oh, hello.
This is my cat, the one that I saved.
Ah,
Mango right there.
Okay, yeah.
But she does not like being held, so I think I gotta let this bundle of joy go back on the ground. Yeah, she had her surgery, I think, back in 2016.
Okay.
But yeah, no, actually, I think at CalArts, a lot of people didn't really get the chance to know me too well, because I would go to school, and as soon as I had to go to work, I would leave and go to work. And
Right,
that's how
right,
it was largely like when I was doing my undergrad at VIU as well. So, I the one part of me that I've always wanted to be able to have was like friends, and like, but because I always had to work so much, because I didn't come from money, so I'd have to pay, and CalArts was a private school, so no amount of loans, and as you know from
Yeah,
being
that's
from Canada,
Yep.
it's
Yep.
very limited on what kind of coverage we can get for
Yes,
education
yes,
here.
Yep. And it's, I mean, school's way cheaper, but there aren't that many schools, and it's a totally different experience. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we just use student loans, yeah, all the way, and I just have mountains of debt. That's how I made it, and
That's how lots of people
that's
paid it. Was that for CalArts or for in Canada at school?
for everything pretty much. I went to 4 different schools. CalArts was my
Oh, wow,
fourth.
you too. Yeah, we went to
Yeah,
different
yeah.
schools.
No, I really mean it. I feel like we have a lot in common, like if you're an old hag, then I'm an old, I don't know what the term is. um, I'm
Geezer!
okay, thank you. All right, great. Oh, cheers. Yeah, that's good. Um, yeah. Oh, you have a cup there? Oh,
Oh,
oh.
I'm just checking my comments
Oh,
here,
okay. How are we doing?
because
Are we hitting
I
the
was
polls
on
here? Okay.
Instagram, just to so they could see a little bit of our interview here. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
wave at some of the people that are watching here, and they might not be able to hear me, but who knows? We'll see. But yeah, um, basically, uh, I think that like it's interesting how sometimes you run into people that are like you, but you don't mean to. Like, and when you look for people that are like you, it's harder to find them, because you might be a little eccentric, or maybe you didn't fit in, or you were from somewhere else and everybody else is from somewhere totally different than you are. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I don't think it should really matter. Like, but I think it's interesting when you find somebody who knows the same things that you know about, or has shares knowledge or interests with you.
Yes. I mean, I mean, you just told me something that was really cool. Like you live like 2 minutes from my high school and elementary school. Yeah, that's really fascinating. I don't know when I'll ever get to go back to Vancouver, but that's
What parallels, eh?
yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, I think I have to drop soon. I hope that's okay.
Okay.
Can
No,
we
that's
play,
totally fine.
Yeah, can we play like one more track of yours or any like
Sure.
closing
Did you want me
thoughts
to
or...
perform my
Oh,
song too, or
yes.
no?
I don't know. I mean, we weren't really sure about that with the setup and everything, but like, are you set up for that or like
I did it a couple of nights ago
Okay.
at the the Antelope Valley Guitar Society. But if you gotta go, then you gotta go, right?
Well, I mean, I have a. Let's have one more. Yeah. Can we? I mean, if you're gonna play live, I mean, I'll stick around for that. I mean, I'll have to. I don't know, suffer the consequences.
Oh,
but
okay.
no,
Well,
I'd love to hear it.
you could probably hear it fine, but I'm thinking of yeah, I could either just stream the track or I could just play it and play. I have a minus track. You know what a minus track is, right?
Like
Yeah,
everything
so-
except the track that you want to play, or
Yeah, sure. I
right.
guess I could put that one on, you know.
Actually, I mean, will it take long to set up?
Oh,
or-
actually, I can play it through here.
yeah.
Give me just a second,
Okay, great. Yeah.
and maybe I can just
I'll stop this screen sharing thing because we're gonna have the real you.
Yeah, and you know what I will do as well is I'll stop screen sharing,
Okay.
and then I'll leave the meeting, and then
Yeah.
I'll control my device from there so that
Zoom expert.
I can play the song. So and then we can end right there. I think that'll be pretty good. I suppose
That would be good. I mean, this has been so good. I just don't want to like screw it up.
Nah, you won't. If anything, I'm the one who makes all the. What the? Oh, I'm in the wrong folder. That's why. Okay. Well, let me just go ahead and put this song on. I'm just going to make sure. Yes, I'm going to use a backing track, but I'm going to play the guitar and I'm going to sing on it because I don't have a band and I like playing my own instruments. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's one of those things. I guess I could use this one. I used it last time and it seemed to be fine. Okay. Can you just check the sound really quick and then we can start? It's really...
Yeah.
Here, watch
sure.
this.
That'd
I'm
be
going to hit
cool.
play.
Okay. Hello,
Let's hear it.
I don't hear anything yet.
Oh. Nothing yet?
Not yet. I just hear your
Oh,
voice.
it's because this is plugged in. Here, let me
Oh,
take it out.
wait.
There we go. Okay. That's quiet. Okay, and I'll just make it louder. And then that way, yeah. I didn't set it up yet. All right. Sounds fine. Okay, and this levels. Oh, it's really cool. Oh, what the? Oh, here we go. Overall. Okay, let me hit play and you tell me if you hear it this time.
Okay.
Okay. That's not loud enough, is it?
Yeah, crank it up just a little bit. Maybe like.
Okay, that's what I want to know because I'm using my internal
Right.
mic to do this.
Yeah. No,
Oh
thank
wait,
you.
I could actually use this mic too, but I think I'll just crank it because I think that's what you want to hear, right?
Yeah. Blast it.
Okay.
It's the last one.
So then levels, and I'm gonna put guitar overall. Okay, now I'm gonna hit play, and you tell me if you hear it. Is that good?
Yeah. That's nice.
Okay. All right, I can do this. Oh, that's too loud. Okay. Wait, hang on. Because I'm not using this microphone. I know it looks good, but now you'll actually be able to see me better without it.
Right.
In case you need it for your little press kit thingy that you have.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, sure.
Slipping back in the old ways. Can't even move into the new day. Stuck in the past, bad habits last for a long time. Searching for things to alleviate stress for the time being. It feels like my life is a permanent mess, so give up on living. Turn up the noise, clear out my mind. Another thing. Feeling like I'm being swallowed by time and blew my chance again. Why can't I do just what I want? It's just easier to think that I cannot. Slipping back into old ways. Can't even move into the new day. Stuck in the past, bad habits last for a long time. Slipping back into old ways. Can't seem to live for the new day. Bad habits last, I cannot pass. I'm lost in my mind. Nostalgia seeps into my blood like a market wave. Feels like my life been for that my youth to crave. Longing for things I took for granted, goals I never achieved. Feels like I fucked up in everything, and in my chance I flew again. Why did I not apply myself before? Was it just easier to think that just to be mediocre I'm slipping back into a way? Can't even move into the new day. Stuck in the past, bad habits last for a long time. Oh, slipping back into old ways. Can't even live for the new day. Bad habits last, I cannot pass. I'm lost in my mind. I'm lying in my deathbed with far too much regret to shake my fist in. So much time wasted and so much energy spent on meaningless self things and far too much self-neglect. Oh, slipping back into old ways. I can't even move into the new days. Stuck in the past, bad habits last for a long time. Slipping back into old ways. Can't even move into the new day. Bad habits last, I cannot pass. I'm lost in my mind. No, slipping back into old ways. Can't even move. Stuck in the past. Bad habits last for a long time. Oh no, I'm slipping back into old ways. Can't even live for the new day. Bad habits last. I cannot pass. I'm lost in my mind.
Woo! Yeah. All right. Thank you. Oh man. Thanks so much.
So that song was called Slippin' Back, and it's about bad habits and how it's so much easier for you to settle and go with what's comfortable, but it's just so bad for you if you go for the things that are self-destructive. And anybody who knows me well knows that I have trouble with those kinds of things. And I mean, I guess you could say we all got our demons. So bad habits, slipping back. There's no time for one more, is there? Is that all?
Let's do one more. My kid is still sleeping actually, so
Okay.
Yeah,
Last one? Okay.
Yeah, last one. And if you
Let
could
me
tell
just,
us
like,
if you could tell us the title, and I could even like look up the lyrics or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, please.
Actually,
that'd be really cool.
this song is called Restore Balance. If you want me to put the copy and paste the lyrics to you, and you can screen share that.
That'd be great.
I think
that'd be great.
that would be very cool, because then I can talk to people a little bit while I get the lyrics, so I can provide some form of entertainment. This is a song I wrote when I was working 5 different jobs and had only one day off, and was working for really little, and I couldn't even afford a washing machine. So let me just give you that song, the lyrics for that. I'm so sorry for not having it ahead of time. So let me just go ahead and grab it here. Okay. Oh yeah, here it is. All right, so let me copy and paste it and just put it into the, should I just put it in the Facebook Messenger window? Would that be good?
Yeah, that'd be good. And then if you could
or should I give you a PDF, or who gives a Okay, now you're gonna, do you want to put that into a text document or whatever you want?
Blah, 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 blah.
Or you're just gonna share the screen like that?
We could do that.
It shows everybody's name, so I don't know if they want those, your private people don't want to be on there. That's what I'm saying. Copy and paste.
Okay,
put them in a text.
right.
Put them into.
Copy and paste. Let's do it. You're the pro.
Well, that's why I always have to make documents for everybody.
Right.
I pay for shit like DocuSign because nobody knows how. They don't know how to
I've
sign with their finger.
never heard of DocuSign until yesterday.
Do you want me to send you a text document, or can
no,
you take?
This is perfect. That's perfect.
You copy and paste.
I love copy
good.
and pasting. Yeah, that's.
Hello, Instagram world. I didn't forget you guys. I'm just, finishing my last song, I think, and now I'm gonna put the song on here.
The last song, I think it was like clipping a little bit. I don't know if I was.
Oh, was it too loud?
No, I mean I love the volume, but I think it was like cramping out. Whatever. But I could hear everything you were singing, so that was cool.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
So I didn't want to misrepresent, what you got there. So.
Yeah, well, like I'm running all this through iPads because the computer I have back there is really old, so I hope it's not my setup. But do you want me to put the song on? Or do you want me to talk about it first?
Maybe. Why don't you talk a little bit about it, and then
I gave you the okay, you got the lyrics. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So this is a song, like I was saying, I wrote about it when I was it was after CalArts. It's a post CalArts song, and I wrote it on the way from walking from the bank to Target, and I was just thinking about how ridiculous my life was and how I'd be working so much but barely making anything. And and it's just about it's like a blues type of thing, but I couldn't say it's a real blues, because the real blues is obviously from where, right? During a specific time in history for specific people, but like it's got that same type of feeling, in that here's the thing, my song, it's just about like kind of the struggle, I guess. So yeah, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Tell me if it sounds good. Okay. That's too loud, right?
Yeah.
Was that too loud?
Maybe if you turn it down on your end, I'll turn it up on my end, and then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Okay, how's this?
Oh, that's too quiet. Because I know what it is supposed to be.
Okay.
On my feet, I try to step forward, but I can't move ahead. In my wheels, the road is too rough and I can't get stuck. I work 6 days a week, barely any time for me. I work in 5 different places, but I don't earn enough for savings. I wanna give it is my fate. I always have to pray to get by. Doing something honest, but my income is less than modest. Gotta find my way, gotta restore balance. Always want from my life to my finances. Don't wanna be drained and working so hard and feeling so stressed when the money don't go too far. My feet, I finance my phone and my car's on a lease. With my feet, from my bed to my bills, there's much more to care. I got myself educated. I thought that I did the right thing. But one thing that I owe, the interest runs on my student loan. I need my car to go to work. I need my phone to reach my clients. Of course I need food and I need my home. Why can't I qualify for loan forgiveness? Gotta find my way, gotta restore balance. Always work from my life to my finances. I wanna be drained, working too hard and feeling so stressed when the money don't go too far. And it can still be deficit. Gotta cut the cords in the middle. Gotta save on gas money, find more local jobs, upgrade to high-end pay. Once I'm sick of living in frugal fertility, I can't even afford my own laundry facilities. Like I said, I work 6 days a week, and there's barely any time for me. I'm tired of wasting my one day off at the laundromat. The sketchy people there begging me for money that I don't have. Oh, how would you have the money and time to get enough sleep and live out my life? Gotta find my way, gotta restore balance. Always one from my life to my finances. I wanna be drained, working too hard and feeling so stressed when the money don't go too far. Money don't go too far. Money don't go too far. Money don't go too far.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. 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 Yes.
All right.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Mage, everybody. Um, yeah, we still got people watching. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for watching. But thank you, Mage. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm very glad
Oh,
to know you and very glad to be your friend. So thank you for sharing your life, your music, your emotions, your view of the world, just everything that's been happening, and I wish you all the best. Yeah, I hope to chat soon and reconnect and yeah, but best of luck, yeah, on everything and yeah, I really do hope that you truly can do what you love and live a good life. Yeah. So
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Tim, for having me on here. Despite my really hectic schedule and lack of time to practice and forgetting my lyrics, but I always tell my students, if you forget the lyrics, just say something else or just repeat the last one. No one's going to notice. It's your song. So besides, like I said in the beginning, you could check out my lyrics at madmetalmage.com. If you want to buy my shit, you could go to Mad Metal Mage on Bandcamp, okay? And then hope to hear from you. And yeah, we'll be in touch. Thank you again. And I hope that you're safe as well, Tim, you and your family and everybody who's watching. Just make sure you wash your hands and, just listen to what the local guidelines are and the health authority, okay?
Alrighty. Thank you so much. Let's talk soon.
Thank you.
Later.
Cheers.
Take care.